Hi everyone, it's Jen here from Tarot Spirit, here for the August 2015 monthly reading for the sign of Cancer. I just was, just a couple days ago, saw my roommate from college and dear friend who is I guess I know two Cancers because my niece is too, but she's a lovely person, so Cancers have a very warm, special place in my heart. It's hard to believe it's been 20 years since we raised hell together. I feel like these cards want to stay out, so I just saged all my decks. I don't do that regularly. I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm like the nonchalant tarot person. I have decks everywhere, kind of piled everywhere. I carry them upstairs and downstairs, and actually, well, my sister-in-law and brother got me this cool bag. It has, I'm not gonna be able to see it. There you go. Has, if you really look at it, it has all these like cool embedded visuals in it. So I use this bag to throw a bunch of decks in and carry them around. But I thought, I'm just going to, for some reason, I'm just going to sage my decks and, I don't know, just see if anything different happens. So, okay. So we're going to use the Anna K Tarot today. Oh, and the bottom of the deck is the Death card. So, a lot of people don't like the Death card because you instantly think of someone passing, but that's really a tiny, teeny, tiny fraction of what this card could mean. And generally, it's so really not the focus that I would never read this as, oh, someone you love might die. I don't. So try to get that thought out of your mind with this card. Death is all about, there does have to be a death in the sense of you do need to let something go, to cut something away, or to change and transform, which means leaving part of yourself or sometimes someone or a job or a bad habit behind in order to make room for the new habit. I heard somewhere that, you don't break a habit, you replace it with something else. So you need to clear something out to make room for something new. And this newness is, needs to come through. You need to make room for it. And we'll see how that's going to come about as we start turning over cards. So I'm doing a more freestyle reading today. This is more the type of reading I do for myself. Although sometimes when I do readings for myself, in order to sort of not read into things too much because I have my own bias about my situation, I do sometimes still use books because I feel like I have tons of different tarot books. I feel like, I have to sort of go with the interpretation of whatever book I find and then really think about things because sometimes my mind like wants to reject it because, I want them to tell me something a certain way. And so I have to really consider what the book is highlighting for that card. So I still sometimes do use books when I read for myself, but I do tend to sort of just start laying out cards and until I feel like I have the picture. So I'm just going to do 3 rows at a time, but they're all going to kind of come together. So in the first row, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Very nice. Oh, the Fool, one of my favorite cards. And the Star. Wow, Cancer. Yeah, this is going to be a very healing month for you. So aces are new beginnings in the suit that they're in. This is the Ace of Rods. Sorry, I knew that wasn't right. Ace of Pentacles. So Pentacles are about wellness, health, home, family, well-being, finances. But there's also a real spiritual side to this. So, I mean, we have, out of the 4 cards we have on the table, 3 of them are major arcana cards. So this is, sit up and take notice. This is a big month, and it's going, there's a big transformation going on. Sometimes, though, I just want to say, sometimes when I say it doesn't necessarily have to be a huge thing that changes. However, it's going to make a big impact on your life, whether it's just your overall mental state, your work arrangement, your living arrangement, or just the way you're viewing the world, that brings more peace and comfort and calmness and acceptance into your life. But so this is a Pentacle card. So this also could be a new business. She's planting the seeds. But these seeds take quite a long time to grow. Just remember that. So try not to get impatient. But I don't see that so far. The Fool is about going for it. So when you have an Ace and a Fool together, and the Star and Death telling you change and a new beginning are imminent, and to go for it. So I always give my spiel about the Fool. I think he's at the top of the major arcana because I think when you go through all the lessons of the other cards, you realize that in the end, you just have to go for what feels right in your heart and what is, just is going to feed, I use the phrase, feed your soul, really make you feel like you have purpose and peace and comfort and understand how you want to be in this world, if that makes sense. And sometimes it means you have to go for it. Even if it's scary. Keep down that inner critic because look at, you have the Star. Is this just dark? There we go. This is all about healing and trusting your gut and trusting that everything's going to be okay. So taking this leap of change, complete change, a big change, even if it's not even obvious to other people, big changes with the Death card on the subconscious level, right? This Star is just a very positive omen, saying that I think part of what's going to bring this about is either newness in your spirituality and the way you look at the world, but I really feel like these are going to be tangible results. Home, job, family, home, things in the home, maybe a home business, different change of business, change in how you manage your money and budgets and planning out, just really reassessing and starting, and you're going to kind of, I think, do something a little shocking in the sense that it's just not something you usually would just make this big, this just sort of make this adjustment and start off in a new direction. I think it's going to be kind of big. Okay, I'm just going to say that and stop dancing around it. You have this new idea about your life, and you're going to go for it. And this says to go for it, and you're protected. So the next row, we have the Knight of Rods. I call that the honeymoon period card. The Four of Swords, giving yourself a break mentally, and the Two of Cups. So we have the Knight of Rods, who's all about passion. This is a change, and you're going to become fired up about something, enthusiastic, driven, just very passionate. again, honeymoon card, that type of, feeling and excitement, even if it could be a job. I kind of think with the Two of Cups coming out, it could be a relationship. So either a resurgence in your relationship or a new relationship. So I don't know if I ever would have really thought about this, but Kate from Daily Tarot Girls, I remember watching a reading with this deck and this card came up, and she was pointing out how they're kind of hidden behind this curtain. And I do think in this deck that's somewhat significant. And my feeling is that either this change is going to be very private and just between two people. So a lot of people won't even realize it's happening or it's happened necessarily. Or you want to sort of protect and keep this new love or a new opportunity a secret for a little. Like, you don't want to flaunt it. It's kind of like something you're working on in private. Maybe just because you don't want to, if you start telling people things in the best intention, and oh my God, I'm the worst. You asked for my 2 cents, I give you $2.02 worth. Like, I don't know when to shut up, but